What catches your eye when you're browsing for the next great read? If you set the book cover, you're not alone. So grab some coffee and let's talk about my favorite book covers. Hi everyone, I'm Razu and today we're going to look at some of my favorite book covers in my collection. A great cover not only grabs attention but can also tell a story at a glance. Join me as I rank some of the most stunning book covers from my collection and discuss what I think makes them great. Choosing the best book covers from my book collection wasn't easy. With so many incredible designs, I had to really think about what makes a cover stand out. I focused on elements like originality, visual impact, and how well the design represents the book's content, but also personal preference. And this pile here are the ones that made the cut. So let us begin. My first cover is fairly simple, and I will admit that if I saw this in a bookstore, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but after reading the book, the cover just feels so perfect for the story. The book is The Puppy War. The Puppy War is a debut fantasy novel by R.F. Kuang. I suck at names. Inspired by historical events in China, particularly the Sino-Japanese War. The book follows the story of Rin, a war orphan from a poor province. She astounds everyone by acing the national exam, which gets her into the most elite military academy in the country. Rin's initial excitement soon turns to a harsh reality as she discovers her path is full of discrimination and the sinister forces corrupting the world. The first half of the book felt a bit like a fantasy school story, but then suddenly all hell breaks loose and the story completely changes. The book blends elements of fantasy with the brutal history of war, creating a narrative that is incredibly compelling. As the story goes on, Rin discovers that she has a special power, but she has to choose between the cost of power and the price of her humanity. This book will make you think about how far you yourself would go for power and revenge, and it has some of the most heart-wrenching scenes I've read in a fantasy book. The journey continues in The Dragon Republic and The Burning God, both of which are also very good. I won't explain too much what the covers here show, because if I do, I would be spoiling the books. Let me show you the covers. I can say that when you read it, you will know exactly what this here represents. One final thing about these covers, I really like the way it sort of sticks out between my other fantasy books because they have white covers. My next favorite is the anniversary edition of Leviathan Wakes. Leviathan Wakes is the first book in the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey. Set in a colonized solar system, the story follows James Holden, an officer on an ice hauler who stumbles upon a derelict ship with a secret that could provoke war, and Detective Miller, who is searching for a missing woman linked to the fate of the solar system. As Holden and his crew uncover a conspiracy threatening humanity and Miller delves into the political intrigue, their paths meet, challenging them to navigate a complex landscape of corporate warfare and revolutionary technology. The cover of this anniversary edition is metallic, but as you can see, the page edges are also colored. The title is boldly shown, and here in the middle is what I suppose is the Rocinante, which is the ship that James Holden acquires in the book. Yet the ship still looks very small compared to the title and the large planet in the background, which reminds us all how small humans are compared to the size of the universe. The third book might come as a bit of a surprise, but it is this version of Pet Sematary. It's nothing special, just a regular paperback, but I just think that this cover sums up the story so well. I recently read this for the first time, and in honesty, all I knew about the story was that there was a creepy cat in it. The story is about a family that discovers a mysterious cemetery near their new home in Maine, which has the power to resurrect the dead. Then tragedy strikes, and the family has to face terrifying consequences as they grapple with the limits of death and the horror of resurrection. This cover shows almost nothing of that, but most people who pick this up nowadays know just enough about the story to know that there's a cat in it, and well, that makes this cover scary. Finally, I have the pride of my collection. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, but this is the leather-bound edition. Because the book is massive, it was split into two in the leather-bound edition. The Way of Kings is the first book in Brandon Sanderson's The Stormlight Archive series, set in the storm-ravaged world of Roshar. The narrative follows the lives of key figures Kaladin, a former soldier turned slave who discovers unique powers, Shallan, a scholar seeking to save her family by obtaining a magical artifact, and Dalinar, a noble haunted by visions and pushing for peace in a war-torn society. These characters' paths connect through ancient secrets and the mystical Knights Radiant, setting the stage for a saga of leadership, integrity, and the profound effects of power on personal and world scales. These leather-bound books are amazing. The cover is this dark blue leather. The page edges are gold covered, and the front has this beautiful blue rune. And the backs of the books have some quotes from the story, and if you read the books, you know what these quotes mean. These books are some of the highest quality books you can get, and I love seeing them on my shelves. So there you have it, my top book covers ranked, but wait, there's more. Here's a few runners-up in quick succession. The Three Body Problem, because the cover is as confusing and thought-provoking as the book. Small Things Like These, because like the story, it shows love for life and hope. You should really read this, it's super short, very good. And finally, Tress of the Emerald Sea, because it so beautifully shows the main character and everything that makes this story so unique, original, and interesting. I love this book. Each of these covers have come to have a special meaning for me. Having spent so much time with each of these books, seeing them brings back fond memories, sad memories, scary memories, and I love seeing them displayed here in my home. But what are your favorite book covers? Drop a comment below, I'd love to see your picks. Don't forget to do the YouTube thing and click all the buttons, like, subscribe, yada yada. If you like this video, you might like this one somewhere on the screen, where I tell you how I lost 300 Kindle books. Thank you for watching, and keep judging books by their covers, at least a little bit. See you in the next chapter.